I think you know this about me. I'm a bit of a control freak and a perfectionist. I'm never satisfied with anything I do. I never take that step back to be like, oh, wow, look at this.
Oh my gosh, Brock, I'm so excited. My sister, my partner in crime, is here with us today, the fabulous Miss Darienne Lake.
Woo! Oh, hello, hi. Welcome to my bathroom.
Oh my gosh, Darienne, you're in your tub. How fantastic.
Well, Darienne, we're happy to have you. It's so exciting
Thank you.
to have you here.
It's very exciting to be here. It's my first time, so go gentle on me.
Yeah, you're not into...
Not really. I'm not much of a scat queen. I don't even like scat jazz.
So, Darienne, we're going to dig right into your Why don't we start off? Why don't you tell us a bit about any bullying you've experienced?
Well, I started out as a bully at a very young age, bullying the kids on the playground, give me your lunch. You know, growing up, yeah, I was also a very fat kid and stuff that wasn't into sports and everything. And I think that that's where I first started recognizing what bullying was. And my mother always said, like, I'm not going to fight your battles for you. You know, you got to do this on your own and figure it out. So I think that's where I started to learn, you know, I guess, really how to defend myself in a way. So when, you know, school kids are like, hey, fatty, or hey, porky pig, or whatever, you have to learn how to, you know, come up with comebacks and stuff. And when you didn't have a good comeback, you know, they would say something and you're like, you want my comeback? Get it out of your dad's ass. You know, just, so you would just sort of come up with things to say to sort of snap back. And I think in a way, you know, growing up through high school and all that stuff or whatever, it was a bit of a blessing because people were picking on me about my physical appearance, but they were not picking on me for who I was really down deep in the core, being a gay person.
You mentioned that people like made fun of your weight.
Yes.
Did that impact, do you think, your weight even more?
I don't think so much the bullying affected my weight. I think in a way it affected my personality of becoming you know, putting the walls up, being, not letting people in to see the real me, because of course I was protecting that secret of being gay. But then I think, you know, deep down, I'm sure I had those emotional sort of things that I had to face about my own personality and sort of hide it.
Well, first of all, I know you very well, and I know that you have no problem finding a date. It's true. She gets men. I can go on. We can have a whole nother show about Darienne and her men.
Here's the thing too. It's like when, you know, something about the transformative powers of drag, you know, you don't feel attractive as a fat little gay boy because you don't really realize that there are, you know, guys who are into fat little gay boys. And then once you're in drag and you look like, you know, a hot, you know, bitch, like a fat chick, but still a hot bitch. And then they find you sexy. Then you believe you're sexy and you find this woman power and you're like, you know, Wonder Woman standing with your hands on your hips like, yeah, and it's out and you're just feeling good about yourself. And you're just like, I do fucking look good. And then that's where the sex appeal comes from. And you're like, you know, so a boy could just look at it and you're like, what? And then you can use that to transfer into your own life.
But a lot of my worst drinking was isolated alone.
It was the alone time, you know, your idle hands or the devil's playground. It's just, so I was never one of those people that would go to, you know, McDonald's and get 4 quarter pounders with cheese and like 3 large fries and all that stuff. I wasn't binging like that. My thing was I would get home from work, be tired or whatever, open a box of Cheez-Its and see the bottom of the box. You know, it's there's something about, you know, that mindless sitting in front of the TV when you're all by yourself eating. There became a point in my life where I sort of had given up completely about losing weight. And I was no longer thinking about like, oh, whatever. I'm like, you know what? This is me. I'm just going to have to deal with it. F it. I don't care. And in a way, it was sort of coming into my own confidence and being like, I am who I am. But also in a dark way, I think it was slightly suicidal, you know, tasty suicide. But it was just a, you know, whatever, this, whatever happens. You know, I'm done with it. I'm done with fighting. I'm done with fighting the fight of, you know, that. There was a point right around the turn of the century in, you know, 99, 2000, where I went on the Atkins diet because that was a huge craze. And I did really well. I lost 120 pounds, was working out like 5-6 days a week and feeling good. But inside, I still wasn't feeling good. I still was like comparing my life or looking at, the scale and now it had slowed down. Or I was thinking like, okay, why am I not happy now? And I thought, losing weight makes you happy, but that doesn't make you happy.
And I have to say, I want to thank you because Brock and I talk about this a lot, and the idea that sometimes your addiction is almost like like suicide. I mean, I remember drinking, it was a slow process of putting myself to sleep. And I used to say, I wasn't giggling before when you talked about, getting to the bottom of a box of Cheez-Its. I would say, I'd look at that bottle of gin, I'm like, I've got a problem with you and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And I would just get down there, and it would just numb me out. And I think a lot of our people watching can relate to that, just like I can't do it. What changed for you? Because you look amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you. There are so many different things that led me to, trying again. You keep failing, but, every failure is, just a setup for the next success or whatever. And so part of the problem was I was starting to have, physical pain because of the weight. And it was becoming to a point where I just did not want to deal with it anymore. And so it was no longer about vanity. It's no longer about being small to fit in small places. It was no longer thinking like, oh, people are going to make fun of you. Because no matter what your size is, people are still going to make fun of your weight and stuff. So I decided to take control of this, with a doctor, have a medical, intervention to get hold of this. And I know a lot of alcoholics who have given up alcohol completely on their own. And I think somebody who quit cold turkey or somebody who, had medical intervention, they deserve the same respect. Somebody who's quit smoking or drugs or whatever. If you can do it by yourself, that's great. And if you can't do it by yourself, that's great too. You still did it, So I think that's what really helped. And it's still a lot of work. You still have to monitor everything that you put in your mouth. Because whenever I had dieted before, I was never really telling people I was dieting. I was just doing it. And so this time, I think I really leaned on some friends to talk about that support that I really needed. So it's sort of like saying don't be bothered if I say no to invites for, food, or if I just go and sit there and don't eat something or whatever, because this is important to me. And even with just the first 40 pounds, I noticed a huge difference on the way I felt, the energy levels, my sleep levels, so much better. But now, so I've lost just a little over 100 pounds. And, it's a night and day, really, how much you feel. And I'm sort of feeling really motivated. But then, I know that, that devil is always right around the corner, just waiting to tempt you.
First of all, I'm getting emotional listening to you because I am so proud as your friend. The fact that you're sharing this and that this whole idea of this show, this is that we all deal with something. It could be a food addiction, a sex addiction, drugs, alcohol, but it also could be physical exercise. It could be shopping. We all get into these routines. And the key happens to always be one way or another, reaching out and supporting one another in friendships and family and that community. And that's what RuPaul's Drag Race is about, finding your tribe, DragCon, all of this.
And that's the thing too. That's why I think so many of these full figure like models and all that stuff or whatever are so important to be out there. And I want to say that fat acceptance is not about saying, hey, everybody should be fat. It should say, I see you, you're fat, and I accept you because you're still a human being, you're still a person.
You can even take that a step further, Darienne. Acceptance. We're all equal.
Right, exactly.
Now, the community sometimes, as we all know, can almost retaliate on us and maybe take shade one step further. You obviously were very successful on, season 6, top 4, crushed lip syncs, etc. But there was this sort of battle, or at least a perceived battle, etc., between you and Ben. And, I know that you've dealt with a lot of bullying and hate. How did you deal with that, or how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, that's a lot, especially after the show. It's, we had a great relationship the entire time on the show. Yes, we did have our fights and stuff. And for people to, then attack me and they're like, you're a fat bitch. I'm like, well, I can't argue with that because I am a fat bitch. Fat is an adjective. It's descriptive. I can be a bitch. I understand. You as my friend, you realize that I can be a bitch. But that I come from a place that's, fun or whatever and lighthearted and stuff. And any of those times that I am crossing the line, it's about my own insecurities. And so, but, people really attacked. And of course they go for the fat thing because it's the first thing they do. And they think that you're so sensitive over it. But for me, I'm sort of like, yeah, whatever. Tell me something that's not true, or, oh, your clothes are ugly. Okay, I know. I don't have the gene, for fashion, okay? I can cook, I can clean, I can like a mother. But, I do not have the gene that's like, oh, let me know fashion. And that's why I never took it personally, because, again, they were attacking the outside shell of who I am. And I know that's not the case. And, also, I think in AA and, NA and all that stuff, and Overeaters Anonymous, there's the whole of, asking for forgiveness, for the people that you've wronged and stuff. But you also have to, forgive yourself for the things that you've done.
Well, the whole theme of today and the discussion really clicks in my head. A saying that I've learned is progress, not perfection. And, there are parts of us that are in progress. There are parts that we may say, okay, I'm happy with, but that, we sometimes get so impatient for the end result. Yeah. And you're truly somebody who embodies that whole, I'm going to pick up my, toys and keep on trying.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the thing too about amazing. Patience. Like really, one of these things about coronavirus that we've really learned is patience. If you think like, oh, this is taking forever, I'm like it's been forever since what? Last March? What is today? Today's May? I don't March had 85 days in it. April had 4 days in it. I don't know what's going on. Don't worry. It will happen. Just, nose to the grindstone and just keep swimming.
And we want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Fill up that tub and have a bath.
I will. I'm gonna fill it. I've got so many things. I left the peanut butter downstairs. Sometimes you need a snack.
That's right.
I just have to say this while you're in the bath.
Okay.
Step in the cool waters of Darienne Lake.
Yes, the cool, refreshing, and slightly poisoned waters of Darienne Lake.
There, she's thinking.
I know. It's a great tub.
Well, you have fun. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you. I'll try.
So take a moment, look at yourself in the mirror, or look at that piece of paper where you've written down everything you've done, and stop bullying yourself!